Today's episode will be on Create the Example, why your stories influence everyone around you. In a casual conversation, you find yourself sharing stories that relates to the conversation topic. How you carry out lifestyle, whether it be on timing, productivity, or landing a lucky opportunity, your story encourages people to do the same as you have done. Here's an example. It's 1 p.m. in the afternoon downtown Manhattan. As you wait for your next stop on the train, you shuffle through a series of emails in your inbox out of curiosity or just out of routine on your phone to see if there's anything new has come up. You find a meetup for a group investing in real estate. Something you've wondered for some time as, a thought. Whatever you are doing at that moment, you dropped whatever you had going on and decided to continue your day after work. You make it over to the meetup, gain lots of insight, exchange numbers, and call it a day after the meetup. But wait, let's say this meetup goes from one event to another. As a member invites you out because he remembers that, I've been in your shoes before, so let me show you around. All the questions you had in mind have been answered by the same member who took you out. The feeling of or energy is still there, and yet you want to retire that energy for another day. You come home feeling grateful for going to that event in the first place. Half of the times, it doesn't have to do with what's been on your mind. You allow yourself to explore and share the experience with others in hopes to remind them what it takes to get your mind off of lingering topics unanswered for months. This story becomes the highlight of your day for your peers. Whether they accept it as a push on self-improvement or, just one of John's wildest nights, it's really up to them. So what's your take on productivity and influencing others to start their personal work today? Creating the example comes down to influence that you're not aware of because, you have these stories that you're sharing to your friends or even your family, and they see what's going on around your lifestyle. Now, this can possibly encourage them to get their own work started in terms of, I have the time to do this, so I might as well get it done. Or it can also come up as a suggestion and saying, okay, if this class is available, I might as well take it because I see it as an opportunity to focus my time on that specifically, learn something new, and from that class taking out of the knowledge that's been given to me or that's encouraged me to learn more about that specific topic that it's got me started on my personal project. Now, that class could be, say, it can be on math, and you all of a sudden had this interest to use math for your woodworking projects, or it can also be robotic. It can be a robotic project to measure the angle, or the ball joint of the robot's arm, like a little mechanical part that you can work on and focus more of your time on to see if you'd be able to understand this full range of motion. Now, when you share the story on your hobbies, that's also another point that you can make that contributes to creating the example that you're inspiring them to start working on a hobby overall. Not everyone has these hobbies in their spare time. Most of the time, it may just come down to going to work at possibly 8 a.m. and then coming back from work, say at 5 or 6, and indulging in all of the entertainment that's around you. And And it's really up to you to provide this opportunity to them to see that, well, you should come over and you should see how I do my projects, my hobbies, my class, the class that I go to, just to get some kind of idea of what you can do, what you can add to your lifestyle. Now, in productivity, it really comes down to, and I've mentioned this a couple of times, it comes down to the habit cycle, where you have the cue, the routine, and the reward. And you also want to take in mind that how many days you're willing to contribute to this routine. So is it possible that you could start on this hobby and leave it the next day? Yes. But at the same time, in this situation where this man waits on the train, he waits for his next stop on the train. He goes through his emails on the inbox and finds that opportunity, that meetup that suggests, well, I might as well use my time to find out more about real estate, especially coming from these investors. And this is something that I don't even know, I don't even understand yet. They may just provide you some resources. You may even have to pay a small fee of maybe possibly $5, $10, just to manage the group fees cost. It can also be used to rent a room or a conference room as well. It can be used for many things, so it's not always in the interests of people just making money. It can also be used to get people together to collaborate their ideas, their stories, their experiences, and merge them into two. Or it can even come down to a situation where, okay, I have this question, I'm not entirely sure of it, and I'm in the process of making this deal. If I'm in the process of making this deal, I want to make it important that I want to go to a professional, someone who's aware of this situation, who's done it before, and be able to talk amongst my peers who specialize in this field. Okay, that covers today's topic on Create the Example. Until next time.